Hello, everybody. Welcome to Storytime with Miss Jillian. I hope you all have had a great day, and if your day hasn't started yet, I hope that you do have a great day. So, let's start with our song, just a welcome. So, hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Sit down, friends. Sit down, friends. Sit down, friends. It's time to read with me. So today we're going to be reading books all about one of my favorite animals. Can you guess what that is? One of my favorite animals are dogs. So we're going to be reading books all about dogs today. So the first one is about a little girl who meets this dog who is called a therapy dog. And if you guys don't know what a therapy dog is a dog that is trained specifically to help people that have disabilities. Like if they can't walk or if they're sick in the way that they might be in trouble. And so the dog can sense that and they can help them and do things for them sometimes too. So we're going to read, as our first book, Madeline Finn and the Therapy Dog by Lisa Papp. Happy birthday, Star! Is Star ready for his test tomorrow? Mom asks. He sure is, I say. We've been practicing. We practice meeting people. Hello, Madeline Finn, the postman says. We practice sitting still when a bike goes by, and we even practice meeting other dogs. You're going to do great, I tell Star. You're going to make the best therapy dog ever. Star doesn't go to a school for his test. Instead, we drive to a place called Walker Oaks. Star will have 3 visits here, Mom says. You can do it, Star, I say. Remember, it's your job to make people smile. Mrs. Dimple and Bonnie are waiting for us. Is this where Bonnie passed her therapy dog test? I asked Mrs. Dimple. It sure is, she said. Lots of therapy dogs visit the people who live here. If Star passes his test, we can join them. Inside, we see a man with a clipboard. Hello, Madeline Finn, he says. My name is Mr. Finch. It's my job to see if Star will make a good therapy dog. We've been practicing, I say. Would you like to hold Star's leash with your mother? He asks. Yes, please, I say. First, Mom and I walk Star around the room. Stop, please, Mr. Finch says, and we stop. Proceed, he says. I guess that means go, because Mom starts walking again. We walk past Bonnie and some other therapy dogs. Star doesn't bark or try to play with them. Good job, Star, I say. Next, Mr. Finch pets Star, especially touching his ears and tail. Star doesn't mind. A nurse walks past him with a wheelchair. Star is curious, but he doesn't chase it. Finally, Mom and I have to let go of Star's leash and walk away. Star is supposed to sit still, but he doesn't. Instead, he walks across the room. A lady smiles and Star puts his paw on her knee. Mr. Finch writes something on his clipboard, and he's smiling too. Okay, he says, that's all for today. Star did well on his first test, Mom says when we leave. He sure did, Mrs. Dimple said. On his next test, Star will visit some of the residents. You can do it, Star, I say. Star and I practice all week, especially sitting still when I let go of his leash. Pretty soon, it's time for his second test. Welcome back, Madeline Finn, Mr. Finch says. This time, he leads us to a big room. Why don't you and Star go in and say hello? I'm kind of nervous, but Star isn't. He walks right up and smiles. Oh, isn't he the sweetest thing? A lady says. He reminds me of a dog I had when I was a boy, a man says. He gives Star a kiss, right on his nose. A lady with a big hat talks about her garden. She even reads Star a letter. Star is a really good listener. Everyone seems happy. Everyone, except a man in a corner. This is Mr. Humphrey, a nurse says. Would you like to pet Star? I ask. Mr. Humphrey doesn't say anything. Mr. Finch takes some more notes. Then it's time to go. Star did well in his second test, Mom says. But he didn't make Mr. Humphrey smile, I say. Some people need time, Mom says. Remember how patient Bonnie was with you when you were learning to read? I think about that all the way home. You make a lot of people smile today, I tell Star when we get home. We have to work on Mr. Humphrey, though. Maybe he likes hide and seek. That might make him smile. Or card tricks. I don't think we can bring a tennis ball. Besides, Mr. Humphrey might not have a mitt. Before bed, Star and I practice reading together. You've got one more test, I say. Then I tuck a few books into my bag. Next time we visit Walker Oaks, Mr. Finch is waiting in the hallway. Hello again, Madeline Finn, he says. Today, Star is going to ride the elevator. Oh no, I whisper. We didn't practice that. Star is afraid to go in. Then Bonnie gives him a little nudge. The elevator is hot, and jiggly, and crowded. You can do it, Star, I say. Finally, the door opens. The hallway is busy. Someone drops a plate of cookies, but Star leaves them alone. Mr. Finch writes something on his clipboard. Good job, Star, I say. Then we see Mr. Humphrey. This is Star, I say in my most patient voice. He's practicing to be a therapy dog. Would you like to pet him? Mr. Humphrey doesn't say anything. Maybe he doesn't hear me. Would you like to see my magic cards? I ask after a while. Still nothing. Then Mrs. Dimple calls me over. Madeline Finn, she says, do you remember when you first met Bonnie? I nod. Bonnie liked me right away, even though I was afraid to read. That's right, Mrs. Dimple says. Bonnie accepted you just as you are. I look at Star. Maybe Mr. Humphrey isn't ready to smile, I say. Maybe we need to be patient. Mr. Finch, can we go back in? This time, I sit by Mr. Humphrey, but I don't say anything. I just let him be. After a while, I pull out my book. I didn't always like to read, I whisper, especially not out loud. Mr. Humphrey doesn't say anything, but I don't mind. When Bonnie sees me with the book, she comes right over. I read nice and soft. I even mess up on a few words, but that's okay. I'm almost to the end of my story when I see Star move closer to Mr. Humphrey. Very, very slowly, Star rests his chin on Mr. Humphrey's knee. Finally, Mr. Humphrey looks at me. My wife loved books, he says, and then he smiles. How about another story? Yes, sir, I say. I'm picking out another book when Mr. Finch hands me something. It's a tag for Star. I am a therapy dog, it says. You did it, Star! And I fasten his new tag onto his collar, right above his heart. I love that story. When I was younger and I was first learning how to read, I would go to the library and there was this program where we would read with dogs. And I did that and I loved it. So that was a really cool book about a dog. The next book we're going to read is called Dog in Charge by K.L. Going and illustrated by Dan Santat. Dog had a busy afternoon. Sit. Dog sat. Stay. Dog stayed. Dance. Dog stood on his back paws and danced in a circle. Then Dog got a scrumptious dog treat. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, thought Dog. Good dog, smart dog, the very best dog. We're going to the store, so now you will be in charge. Watch the cats and make sure they don't get into any mischief. The family bustled and hustled out the door, into the car. Dog watched them go, eyeing the cats lined up in a row. First we will sit and then we will stay, thought Dog. But the cats did not sit. Where did all the cats go? There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 empty spots. Dog looked in the kitchen. Down, barked Dog. Splash went the milk. Dog chased the cat into the living room. No cat. Or was there? Out! barked Dog. See the cats in the fireplace. Swish went the ashes. Dog looked in the bedroom. No cat. Or was there? Roof, barked Dog. Thwomp went the blankets. Dog looked in the bathroom. No cat. Or was there? Come, barked Dog. Kerplooey went the clothes in the hamper. Where were all the cats? Poof went the powder puff. Bonk went the flower pots. Topple went the books. Bad cats, thought Dog. Soon the family would come home. Would he still be a good dog, a smart dog, the very best dog? Would he get more scrumptious dog treats? It was hard to be in charge. Dog was hungry and tired. He laid down to think. Then, Dog had an idea. Dog headed for the kitchen. Treats for good cats. Dog's tummy rumbled. Dog's nose twitched. Dog's mouth opened. Dog ate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cat treats. Soon the bag was empty. Poor Dog. The family would not let him be in charge again. Dog had to fix everything. He tried to think, but his eyes grew heavy and his paw was soft. Then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little noses appeared. Purr, went the cats. They loved Dog. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cats licked up the crumbs and milk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cats polished the living room. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cats neatened the bedroom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cats straightened the bathroom. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cats snuggled up next to Dog. The sound of a car rumbled in the driveway. The family was home. Good dog, smart dog, the very best dog. Dog got lots of scrumptious dog treats. Were the cats good while you were in charge? Dog barked. He stood on his back legs and danced in a circle. Good cats, thought Dog. Smart cats, the very best cats. The end. All right, and I have one more book that I'm going to read to you guys. This one's called Dog in Boots by Greg Gormley and illustrated by Roberta and Garmo. Dog was reading a brilliant book all about a cat who wore a truly magnificent pair of boots. When he finished reading, Dog put down his book and thought a little bit. Then he went to the local shoe shop. Have you got any footwear as splendid as this? He asked, showing the book to the shopkeeper. I believe I have, said the shopkeeper, and brought out 4 just as splendid boots, one for each of Dog's paws. Bow wow, said Dog. I'll take them. Dog was so pleased that he went straight home to dig up his very best bone. But the new boots were not at all splendid or magnificent for digging, and they got so muddy that they looked quite awful. So Dog took them back to the shop. Have you got some that are better for digging? He asked. I have just the right thing, said the shopkeeper. These rain boots are perfect in mud. It simply just washes right off. The rain boots were wonderful for digging. But when Dog went for a swim in the pond, they filled up with water, and he sank with a plop. Dog took them back to the shop. Have you got some that are better for swimming? He asked. The best thing for swimming, the shopkeeper said, are flippers. The flippers were fantastic for swimming. But Dog tried to scratch, and they flip-flap-flopped around his head in a very unsatisfying way. Dog took them back to the shop. Have you got some that are better for scratching? He said. I'm glad you asked, said the shopkeeper. With these high heels, you can scratch and look rather fashionable at the same time. For scratching behind Dog's ears, the high heels were simply divine. Unfortunately, they were dreadful to run in. He went flying head over heels. Dog took them back to the shop. Have you got some that go a bit faster? He asked. Oh yes, said the shopkeeper. If you want to go super fast, try skis. They go very fast indeed. I'll take them, said Dog, and he was gone before the shopkeeper could say, but only on snow. Without any snow, Dog's skis didn't move at all. He couldn't run, or scratch, or swim, or dig. On his way back to the shop, Dog thought some more. Okay, he said to the shopkeeper, I want something that's good for digging, and swimming, and scratching, and running. Oh, nice and furry too. Do you have anything like that? No, said the shopkeeper, but you do. They're called... What do you think they're called? Paws! Perfect, said Dog. Dog was so pleased with his nice, furry, practical paws that he scratched all the fleas from his coat, ran after his tail, swam around and around the Queen's Lake until she told him to hightail it out of there, and dug a big hole to rebury his very best bone. Finally, Dog went home and picked out another brilliant book to read. This time it was about a girl who didn't wear any silly boots, but did wear a lovely red hood. Thought the dog. The end. That was a lot of really silly books about dogs, but I hope you enjoyed it. So, I'm going to say goodbye now, and to do that, let's sing our song. Goodbye, goodbye, it's time for us to go. Goodbye, goodbye, it's time for us to go. I hope you enjoyed our story time, it's time for us to go. Goodbye, goodbye, I'll see you next time. Bye, boys and girls.